What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another update video. This one's not such a happy one to bring you.
Yeah.
It looks as though Spurs could be screwed over yet again after trying so hard, finishing 6th. After the news that we're going to be dropped down into the kind of qualification rounds. Now there's been another twist in the tail.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about it, Sim?
Well, UEFA was setting out rules for next season in terms of how the Europa League and Champions League is going to work, and they were outlining the rules of what happens if a team draws another team in the qualifying stage, where, say, Tottenham draw a team from, say, Serbia, and say travel was banned from Serbia in the UK at that time. That would mean the country who was banned, the travelling country, would have to forfeit the tie. So if UK bans travel from a team which we are drawn against from that country, then we're going to have to forfeit the tie in that instance. So we're going to have to hope that we draw a team who doesn't have a bad COVID rate. Otherwise, if travel restrictions is banned, we're going to have to forfeit the tie, which is absolutely
If we're the
ridiculous.
home team, does that make a difference?
That's if we're the home team.
That's if we're the home team.
If we're the home team and we draw a team from Romania and say we've banned travel from Romania, we're going to have to forfeit the tie.
And then obviously it's the same the other way. So if we play a team from Azerbaijan and they ban travel
from the UK, then they're going to have to forfeit the tie. If in the instance both teams have travel bans, then both teams could be could have the tie forfeited.
That's nuts. So both teams would be disqualified.
Yeah.
And then the team in the next round will just get a bye to the next
guess so.
round.
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
It's the most ridiculous ruling I've heard.
I can't really get my head around it.
It just reminds me of the time when we lost out on Champions League after finishing 4th, you know. They changed the rules straight after that. That could actually come into effect this season if Chelsea finishing 4th, if Wolves were to win the Champions League. Obviously, it's not the same ruling anymore. But these rules always seem to come into place when Tottenham suffer from them. And then they kind of change it afterwards.
Yeah, of course it will be changed back afterwards. We were the only team to be screwed over by that Champions League rule, by the way. And Arsenal winning the FA Cup, it looks like they could have one over us again if we get knocked out of the Europa League through bloody...
It's not even
exemption.
The back door. It's like fucking hidden door in the... It's just... It is just so...
We get screwed over again.
You just know it's happening as well, don't you? You just know it's happening.
I don't know who I'm hoping we get drawn against. Someone who's a really low COVID rate. I'm checking the COVID rates as soon as the draw comes out. That's what we're going to be doing.
And it's not even that, you know. The draw's going to be made, and every week we're going to be checking those. Like, can we travel there now? Can we travel there now? It's like
we get drawn against a team like Croatia. Oh, another 2,000 cases. We'll have to have daily COVID updates for when we get drawn against. But yeah, that's the really, really annoying and potentially frustrating news for Tottenham in the Europa League. Let's hope that we get a good draw.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to take if this does happen. You just know we're going to be the butt of all jokes on social media. The Arsenal fans are going to crawl out the woodworks again.
Because if we hadn't been chucked into the qualifying stage, this wouldn't be the case. But because Arsenal won the FA Cup, this is the situation we're left in now. So, yeah.
Who would have been qualifying if it wasn't for us?
Wolves would be in the qualifiers. So they've kicked Wolves out Europa League. It's either Champions League or no Europe for Wolves, unless they win Europa League.
Would you rather be in that position?
I think so. In our position, I'd rather be in that position. I'd rather have all our eggs in the Europa League basket this time, for sure.
All right, well, that's the shocking news and the shocking rule change from UEFA. Obviously, these rule changes only demoralise Tottenham Hotspur, no one else in world football. They only hurt Tottenham, no one else. Why?
Well, they don't only hurt. They are all the teams in the qualifying stage.
Yeah, I know, but you know we're the only ones that's going to suffer from it.
Yeah, of course. We're probably the only team that gets that fast to forfeit their tie, I bet.
But
and because UK is so bloody bad, I don't know, whatever, we'll see.
Any other news to talk about today, Serge?
Yeah, there were a few reports again. So Dan Kilpatrick from the Evening Standard wrote an article about our dealings. He obviously mentioned the Højbjerg Kyle Walker-Peters deal, which we've mentioned a lot. That looks like it's going to be done soon. But again, talking about Serge Aurier to AC Milan as well. And obviously, DiMaggio wrote an article yesterday about the Aurier deal, saying Tottenham won 20 million for Aurier. AC Milan extremely interested. Aurier wants the move. He said he would be
He's
quite
open
willing.
to it,
If Milan, if the deal can be done, he'd be open to the deal. DiMarzio saying 20 million. Dan Kilpatrick saying we want closer to 25 million. Apparently AC Milan are not willing to go that high and kind of want to pay a lot lower fee, but they got Daniel Levy to deal with here.
Yeah.
And interesting also, apparently Jose Mourinho would rather Aurier stayed and be one of two right backs he has.
Do you think if Aurier stays, we still get a right back in?
For sure. I think we have to get a right
So
back.
then why, if he goes, why are we not looking at two?
We should be looking at two. We should be 100%, unless they see Tanganga as an option there. We 100% should be looking at two right backs. I think Aurier, I wouldn't mind him totally if he stayed as one of two right backs. I don't want him again to be our first choice. But I think part of the problem last season was he had to play every game. We literally had no other option. So I think,
And it was one of his better seasons.
I think I think he had a decent season. He still made too many costly mistakes, but I think if he potentially had less game time, then it could benefit him. Maybe he wouldn't be stretched so far, and he could really fully concentrate on the games he was playing, as opposed to playing every single game and having to stretch that concentration for a lot more game time. So I think I wouldn't be too unhappy if he stayed as one of two right backs, but I don't think we need another right back in for sure.
To be honest, I think a lot of people give too much stick to Aurier and they don't give him the credit he deserves sometimes, because he does put in good performances. You can see his stats speak for itself, tackle stats, and he got quite a few assists this season as well. So look, it's clear to everyone to see that he does make way too many mistakes, but he does contribute positively to the team as well, which a lot of people don't give him credit for.
But with Kyle Walker-Peters going out of the window as well, I think it might be valuable to keep Serge. But the thing is, Serge is kind of one of the only players who we're willing to let go, who's actually worth a bit of money, worth up to 20 million. So I think Spurs are probably seeing that as an opportunity to get some money in the door and really get signed people who would really want.
And it's also worth to note that our quota for foreign players. So we can only have, 17 in the squad?
Yeah.
And we've got 16 at the moment. So if one comes in, that's it. So we're going to have to get rid of a couple, whether it be Foyth or Aurier or Lamela, you know what I mean?
Well, if we sell Aurier for 20 million and sign Aarons for around 20 million, that's one homegrown player back in the squad and a foreign player lost.
Foyth is going to go as well.
Yeah, and Foyth as well. So I think there's some options there. I'm just hoping. I'm hoping we definitely go into the market for at least two right backs if we sell Aurier. I don't want to be relying on Tanganga again at right back, because I think he might be a good stopgap, but you don't want to rely on him in the long term there.
Of course, Tanganga, he's a centre back by trade. I don't think he looked completely comfortable at fullback. I mean, he did a job there, but it's not his position.
Agreed.
And as well with Juan Foyth as well, when he was playing at right back, his position is centre back. He's just doing a job when he fills in at right back, and we need someone that plies their trade there.
But I think the whole Serge Aurier thing, if we do get a good deal for him around 20 million, I'm not too disappointed if we do sell him at the end of the day. If we do sign a replacement, I don't want to be in another situation which we're in with Walker and with Aurier and with Trippier, where we sell them both and we didn't replace them really in the market. We ended up going with our backup option as our first choice for the following season. So I hope that isn't the case this season. Yeah. I think one more thing to talk about is Ryan Sessegnon now as well. With Fulham's promotion yesterday, there's a lot of rumours that...
By the way, congratulations to Scotty Parker and Josh Onuma, Tottenham boy as well. Josh Onuma's really come on leaps and bounds last half of the season, so I'm really happy for him. And obviously Scott Parker, first year in management, straight promotion to the playoffs, something Frank Lampard couldn't do in his first year.
But so Scott Parker, who was a Spurs coach last year, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And so he's gone straight into management, and he's clearly looking like he's doing a really good job there. But with Fulham's promotion yesterday to the Premier League, a lot of rumours now that, and with London Evening Standard reporting, they're very interested in taking Sessegnon on loan for the season. Apparently Spurs are quite open to that as well, which apparently Tottenham don't want to let him go permanently, but are quite interested in seeing a loan deal to Premier League Fulham. And I guess looking at next season, if Tottenham are to propose Dennis Kirkin at left back, I don't really see too much in terms of a potential for him to be playing many minutes at left wing in the league. Maybe obviously Europa League, but I think maybe a loan deal could do him good. get him some
You
minutes.
know what? Maybe like we've said before with previous players, keep them on for the first half of the season, then loan them out from January or something like that.
I'd be
so he
quite
can play
interested in
the group stages of the Europa League and whatever. Well, let's see if we get in it first.
Yeah,
but,
we'll have to wait and see, I guess. True.
but there's some other rumours as well about the Brentford striker.
Ollie Watkins, a lot of people saying that Spurs should be interested in Ollie Watkins. He has a reported £18 million release clause in his contract. He
scored a lot of goals this
Brentford.
season.
He scored 25 goals for Brentford. Apparently, he can play wide forward and he play up front. He's like 5'11". He's scored a lot of headers. He seems to be a fairly physical striker, but he's 24. He's not like a proper youngster, but he's not old. He's like a decent age, but it's not like he's played much at like under 21 level. I don't think for England or anything. So obviously, he'd be looking at as a backup striker role. But as a striker who scored 25 goals in the Championship, would you want to take him?
I don't see why not. I mean, I'll still probably prefer Callum Wilson, but the only issue I have with Callum Wilson is his injury record. I mean, the guy, he spends more time injured in a season than he does on the pitch. So maybe Ollie Watkins would be a better choice. To be honest, I haven't seen much of him play. But if I'm going to look to take someone from Brentford, I'd really like the look of Benrahma. That Benrahma winger from Brentford really, really does look like a magical player. So, I mean, he reminds me a bit of Mahrez as well when he was in the Championship smashing out for Leicester. So I'll take Benrahma. I think it would definitely add something to the squad, different dimension, and he can also play those Europa League games, like I said, and give the likes of Sonny, Lucas and Bergwijn a rest. So, look, I'd like to take him, but look, we're talking about sub-striker, and I think Watkins, it remains to be seen. But
and also one other thing, beIN Sports are reporting that Tottenham Hotspur have registered interest in Mets striker Habib Diallo, who apparently they were interested in him in January, but obviously famously we didn't get any deals done of any strikers, which I think really held us back, to be honest, in that period. But would you take him? He's got 12 goals in Liga last season.
I've literally never seen him play or heard of him, so
he's 24 years old. He's 25 years old. He's Cameroon, I think, international. He got 12 goals in Liga, and I think the previous season he got 25 in Liga 2.
I mean, at this stage, I'll take anyone as backup striker, to be honest. I'll take him. I'll take Watkins. I'll take Deeney. I'll take Wilson. Just bring someone in.
Get a striker in.
Bring someone in who can play backup to Kane.
And who can play the Europa League games.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we're interested in him. Again, I agree. I haven't seen much of him, to be honest, but another player we're linked with. But let us know in the comments below, who would you like us to sign as backup striker? Who would be your choice of striker? Have you ever seen Diallo and Watkins? Are you interested in them? Let us know in the comments below.
All right, so there you have it. That is the update today. Like, subscribe and comment. And as always,
come on, you Spurs.